Well, hello everyone, welcome back. Now, I know in the last episode I said that we were going to do like Navy bases and military bases and things like that, but I feel like let's have a little break from the whole political stuff and let's do something a little bit fun. So we're actually going to create a bit of a land reclamation project. So we're over here in Al Samhara City, which, if you need a comparison, think of Dubai, alright? So we have all of that, we're going to have all those big fancy buildings that have been put on reclaimed land. So this is going to be the first of many. Now this one, we're just keeping it small, we're keeping it simple. Let's not go too big and crazy yet. We're just kind of testing the waters, and keep in mind this is the first one that I've done, so go easy on me in the comments. Now I'm going with like kind of it reminds me of some kind of spaceship. I forget which show it's from, but it just reminds me of a spaceship. And so it's going to look like a big C. So we're doing one on the mainland and then one on this little island here, which is called Al Burj, which I know means the, what's that, like mountain, the height or something like that. But yeah, so we're going to put it over there, and we're actually going to change that original bridge which is there. So we're going to incorporate a new bridge into the design, make a bit of a nice curve, and you can see I put the water level all the way down, because you know what it's like if we start building stuff when the water is still up. Oh, we're gonna have tsunamis here. We're gonna have like 10,000 people have died. Like it's just like so dramatic. So I have to put the water level right down low. Now we're going to start putting it up, but the only thing is we have to wait for it to kind of fill back up a little bit, which only takes like 5 minutes if we have it on level 3 speed. So it just goes through, slowly rises up to the right level, floods a little bit at first, but eventually comes back good. Off camera, I did have some trouble with the flow of the water going through here. Like, I want the flow to be really calm, but for some reason it just kept going so fast. But hopefully by next video it's all nice and calm and looks really appealing. So we're going to continue on with the existing seawall that I used in that little area, whatever you want to call that, little port, old port, whatever. And this one's nice because it's a nice bright color. It also has, I think it has seats and also some planters. And what I love is that it has a railing on the side, which makes it look really cool. And it saves me from having to put in a lot of detail manually. Just putting this one down just does it all for me. And I feel like some of you are going to say you should put a little marina in the middle here, but we're not going to do that just because I don't want to. Like I said, let's just keep it simple. There's going to be plenty of other similar land reclamation projects that we do really close by to this. So there's plenty of other opportunities to put in marinas and things like that. And this one, I didn't really take any inspiration from anywhere. Like there's no place in real life that I saw it and I was like, oh no. So I'm just really making it up as I was building. So the plan for the new road, which will connect up the island to the mainland, so like I said, it's going to be incorporated into the new project. And what I want it to do is to actually cover the seawall on part of this project. So the seawall, it's going to be sunken down just below it, just because instead of doing like the water, seawall, road, and then buildings, it's just going to be water and then the road. So we're making it look a little bit more compact. And since we have a little bit of a ridge there, we're going to make a little bit of a tunnel right there. And I really do like this part on this island because I really incorporate the mountain and the hills, the ridges into the design, but it's also going to be quite similar to the other side as well. Okay, so it's been a little while since I was recording, but I've put down all of these commercial buildings. There will be a couple of office buildings as well, but this is going to be the one major commercial area. And the plan for residential is there's going to be a mixture of kind of like small modern townhouse styles, and then there's going to be, I think, about like for example, this little area here, there's going to be 3 high-rise buildings popping up, and then we'll build little, you'll see, we'll build lots of little things all around it. So you'll notice the little townhouses or row houses, whatever you want to call them, you'll notice all of the ones that I use in this build, they have grass on the roof. The reason I did that is because we're going to have all of these high-rise buildings that are not only looking out onto the water, but they're also looking down onto these buildings. So if it was a roof, it might be really shiny and just not that appealing. So in my opinion, putting down grass roofs really makes it just looks a lot nicer. And I also put down a lot of trees as well, because I think realistically there would be a lot of trees because it helps cool the area down. And it just looks a lot nicer having lots of trees like that. So I've used the same high-rise building, so it's from the modern condo pack. It's in my asset list if you want to find it. And what I was trying to do here, you can see I placed down that extra building. I wanted the real focus to be on those high-rise buildings. So we couldn't have any other building close by that was too high. So all of the other buildings are quite low. So these ones really, so those high-rise buildings, they really stand out. And so I do 3 on this side, 3 on the other side, and then on the island, I just do those buildings all the way around, and it actually looks really cool. And like I said, we just plant all these nice green roofs down, these little tiny little houses. They're like 1 block wide, just kind of like scatter them through. We're also going to put down a whole bunch of seating areas. One thing I don't show, for some reason I didn't show it, but underneath those townhouses, I actually put 1 square tile commercial areas. So just tiny little shops which you don't see, but they're right there, just handy for them. Like, just think of like a tiny little 7-Eleven or something like that. So just tiny little handy shops that are nearby. I also go through and put down all these planters everywhere because I wanted there to be some kind of barrier between, for example, where the cars go, where the people walk, versus where the actual buildings are. So what's better than putting down like nice little hedge areas? And this part here, like, there's a lot of cement, I know that, but I do designate some space for just plain green space, which is going to overlook the water, which you guys will see in a second. But yeah, there is a lot of cement, and that's why I wanted to put down a lot of trees, a lot of really bushy trees, because then it takes away that look of just hot cement. And of course, in real life, it would cool down the cement, and it just looks a lot better that way. I should mention all of the streets that I've used, cars can park on them just because we want to utilize that space a little bit more. And realistically, the cars, they would have like underground parking lots, you know what I mean? But in this game, it doesn't really exist. And this part here, I wanted to do a nice, bright kind of centerpiece pathway so they can use this. I love this one because you just put it down, there's all these trees, flowers, like planters, seats. It just looks so good, and it just saves me so much space. I mean, saves me so much time. So beyond all of these bigger buildings here, it's actually just going to be the really old style Malta buildings that I've been using for the whole map. So it's going to be a really huge comparison between all of this versus what's behind all of these buildings. So I'm going to make it look very traditional, very typical with the whole map, and then boom, suddenly we have like this nice big modern new look for the city, and that's what I really wanted for this city in particular, because it is the capital. It is going to be flashy and you know, Dubai-esque type style, because Dubai still has like their older areas, but I mean, a lot of us don't really take notice of those older buildings because we first look at all of those big modern areas. So since this is full of like commercial space in this area, of course we need a lot of seating areas, and I did want to put like larger buildings there, and then it's lower with the grass on top, so a bit of a nice look. And of course we're keeping in with the whole layering style look. So some of you might be wondering about this pathway that I've been putting down now. This is actually a road, but it looks like a pathway, and that's why I like it, because it allows us to do really compact little areas like this. It makes it look really cozy. It utilizes the space a lot better. It is a pedestrian friendly road. I don't know if cars can actually drive on it or not, but it is technically a road. But you can still use the other version, which is just a pathway, but this one actually has zoning on it. You don't have to change any settings, it just automatically does it. And yeah, it's just really nice. I'll add it into my asset list if anyone wants it. So we're just starting to wrap up the build, putting in our last little quiet walkways, and yeah, so I might leave it at that. In my opinion, it looks really good, but like I said, this is just the beginning. We are going to do so many more of these types of styles. Now, I know there's a lot in Dubai, or just like in the Middle East, there's a lot of different types out there. So if there's one that looks really cool, which you think might suit this city, or even just cool to look at, let me know what it's called, or even send it to me on Instagram. Like, I'm always looking out for them. But yeah, let's leave it at that. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll give you guys a final quick look at how it's all turned out, and hope you guys enjoyed.